All right, blessings, blessings, everybody, blessings, blessings, blessings. This is Dr. David D. King, Kingdom Citizens of Wisconsin, just coming on tonight just to say hello, talk with everybody for a brief moment because of the fact that I haven't been on in a while all week, and people was wondering, am I okay? What's going on with me? And so I just want you guys to know, yes, I am okay. Got some good stuff coming up for you guys. Um, Coming up real soon, real soon, real soon. We have a great show for Saturday. We're going to be talking about the Constitution again. We're going to be talking about the Wisconsin Constitution on Saturday. We moved the time up to 4 p.m. on Saturday. So, because we are in a summit, I will not be on long tonight. Maybe 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30, all depends. I are in a kingdom summit tonight, and I will be teaching uh, in the Kingdom Summit tonight. If you want to come on, all you have to do is go to, let me see if I have it. Go to my Facebook page, and then you can also get the meeting ID number that you can join us tonight. If you're looking for some good teaching tonight, I know that the snowstorm is going on right now. The snow is coming down. So if you are stuck in the house and you want some teaching, go on my webpage, get the the meeting ID number. Join us tonight at 6 o'clock. We're teaching on the kingdom of God. Very awesome and very powerful. Also, this Monday, which is the 13th, this Monday, we're having a Kingdom Citizen Show on Monday instead of Think About It Tuesday. And this Monday, I have Pastor Steve German joining me, and Sister Rita is joining me, and we're going to be discussing sex trafficking. It's going to be very educational. They have the statistics, they have the numbers, they letting you know where we stand in Wisconsin when it comes to sex trafficking. And you guys, I think it's something that you would want to know so you can be alert, so you can see what's going on, that you can make sure your family is safe and protected, and also how to even spot the human trafficking, sex trafficking of our children. It's going to be a good show on Monday. We also have invested in Milwaukee. You've probably seen the T-shirts or the sign that's going around Facebook. And invested in Milwaukee is a how should I use a it is a group of people. I don't want to say movement in it and everything like that. It's just a group of people who decided to invest back into Milwaukee. And what I mean by that is we're investing our time and our talent. It's not even about money. It's about our time, our talent. We're going to anybody and everybody. We're talking to them, finding out how can we help them? How can we be a blessing to them? How can we help them be a blessing to their own families? And when they say, well, I'm looking for work, we got the answer for that. When they say, I'm looking for someone to help me learn how to read, we got an answer for that. Whatever the answer is, I need somebody to help me balance the checkbook. We got an answer for you. Whatever you need, I need somebody to talk to my husband because he's struggling with drugs. Whatever you need, we have it, and we have decided to invest back into the city of Milwaukee. We have business owners. You will start to see the window posters on inside the windows of every business that is going to be a part of Invest in Milwaukee. Blessings, James. How you doing, sir? So we're going to. It's about investing to make it happen. We have to understand and realize that neither side is going to change Milwaukee. It takes us to invest in Milwaukee. And what is our return? A safer community, a safer city, a most prosperous city for everybody. That's the return on it. And so I'm excited. I'm really, really excited about invested in Milwaukee. Even if you don't live in the city of Milwaukee and you want to invest in Milwaukee because you know if Milwaukee is healed, that's a big burden off the state. So if you want to be a part, you can bring your talents and say, how can I get involved? Also, if you are looking to get involved in the education of the children, we still have some openings for the baseball. If you want to volunteer at the Brewers game, we have 81 games. You can volunteer at any game. You can just give us a call at 414-676-0842 or 414-899-2688 and let us know that you want to get involved. If you have a nonprofit and you need to help raise money for your organization, then give me a call and we'll show you how you can partner with us and raise some money for your organization. If you're a church and you want to raise money for your youth ministries, your men ministry, your women ministry, your worship team, and you want to raise some money, give me a call. We can show you guys how to come together and work with us, and you can be a blessing also. We're looking forward to it. We're going to have some fun. We're raising money for Kingdom Ecclesia Academy. It's a school that we're working on opening up so our children can have another option to have a great education. So if you guys want to be a part, then we invite you to be a part of something great, you know. We want to be a blessing to churches, to organizations that is trying to do something in the community. I'm waiting on the callback, but we know there's a young lady who has a child that's fighting cancer and they're raising money. We want to partner with them that they can join with us. And you want to raise money for your family member that's dealing with cancer or whatever, you guys, we're not asking you to be a 501c3. We will work with you and partner with you and everything. I give more details when you call. I'm not going to give a lot of details out here, but if you're looking to raise some funds, give us a call. We're not trying to be greedy. We're trying to work with everybody as we do the things that God put on our heart to do. So again, if you want to be a part of Vested in Milwaukee, give us a call, 414-676-0842. Invest your time and your talent in the city. I guarantee you will have a great time when you take what you know and you be able to pour it into someone else's life and help them become more productive, or help them dream again, or help them do some things in their life that they really want to do. But I can't not do the show and not talk about voting. You guys, we have a Supreme Court race coming up, and you guys, we have to get the people out to vote for Dan Kelly for this election. We have to vote Dan Kelly in the election. Not because I like Dan Kelly, which I do know him personally, but I need somebody that's going to protect my rights. I need somebody that is going to stand up for the Constitution. I need somebody that's going to allow my children to be free, your children to be free. Now, I'm not going to go along with everybody with the scare tactics, talking about if this person get in, this going to happen and this going to happen. All I'm going to tell you to do is read the Constitution. If you like your rights, then you need to vote for the person that's going to stand up for your rights. So, but it's important that you get out and vote. School board, Milwaukee, we have a school board race, and we have to stand up and pick the right people that is going to go into the school board and address things that need to be addressed. There's missing $506 million. We need to know as parents, where did that money go? Who got that money? What did they do? How did they spend that money? Why our children is not getting the best education? Why our teachers doesn't feel safe in the school anymore? What are you guys doing to make the teachers feel safe so the teachers can go back to teaching? I mean, we got a lot on the table. We got people that that been on the school board. I don't know if they've been there. Should we put them back? Because the school board just didn't start failing our children. They've been failing our children all along. So we got to look at who out there to vote for school board. Do your homework. I can't say it enough. Do your homework. You have to do your homework. You should know who to vote for. Don't take my word on it when I tell you to vote for Dan Kelly. You need to do your homework to see who is this Dan Kelly, why he's asking me to vote for Dan Kelly, what do Dan Kelly stand for? These are the things that you have to do. Don't let nobody just tell you to vote. You got to know. Also, we got 3 automatic districts, Milwaukee, that we got to vote for. 3 automatic districts that we have to look at to see who we're going to vote for in those 3 automatic districts. And you got to be careful on who to vote for and when it comes to the automatic district. And it's interesting that one candidate that was on my show who's running for alderperson get a phone call, a text message right after the show to say that the mayor wants to see you. The mayor wants to see you after they was on our show. But when she got to the meeting, it really wasn't the mayor talking. It was somebody else talking whose job is to go in and help put in office all the liberals they can find. And so, I don't know if it was a scare tactic. I don't know if they were trying to intimidate them because they let them know they watched the show. They let them know that they had 12 grandchildren. They let them know. So, so sometimes they try to mess with your mind and scare you and not allow you to run because they might not feel that it should be you running. So, we gotta stay focused. We gotta stay encouraging one another. You got to vote in the automatic races. If you live in the 1st, 5th, or 9th, you should be on this. You should be doing your homework. You should be calling them and asking them, what do you stand for? Find out if they stand for what you stand for. Find out if they really concerned about you as a citizen in the city of Milwaukee, as a constituent in their district. Find out if they really about you. Find out if they really want you. And then we have a municipal court judge race. You need to know who you're going to put on that bench. And you can't just put somebody on the bench because you know their name. You need to know their character, because you guys got to understand it's going to be your loved ones to go see that judge. And if that judge is haughty, if that person is haughty, if that person didn't care when they was in a certain office, what makes you think they're going to care about you when they get on that bench? You got to do your homework to see who these people are, see what they stand for, and then ask yourself, should I vote for this person or not? So we got a municipal, I don't know why my tongue gets tied, municipal court judge race. We have a school board race. We have automatic district race, and we have Supreme Court race. And you guys, we have to get to the place well, we know these people, we voting for these people only because we did our homework on them, only because I looked them up, only because I made sure that they was going to stand for me. This is what you got to do. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. I'm going to tell you to do your homework. The reason I said the name Dan Kelly, because I know he will stand for the Constitution, but you need to know for yourself. So you need to look him up. You need to find out where he at and go ask the hard questions. You know, the biggest problem that we have when it comes to politics and politicians and election time is people will call them and give them the questions before they come on a show or before they go to a debate or anything. So they prepping the people before. I remember I was going on a show and they called me and says, where can we email you the questions? I said, you're not going to email me the questions. Just ask me questions. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to tell you I don't know, but I'll come back with an answer. But you're not going to give me the questions so I can prepare myself. If I have a vision, I got the answer to your question in my vision. If I know which way I want to take the city, if I know which way I'm going to go, then I already got the answer on the inside of me. I should not have to take your question and then go and do an open book test, get the answer. So when you ask me, it seems like I know what I'm talking about. I should already know what I'm talking about even before you ask me the question. So this is how we're supposed to do it. We're supposed to never ask them the question. They should be willing to come and answer whatever question that you have for them. And if you got to send them the questions before, then that lets you know they're not ready. They don't have a vision. They need the questions so they can they can sound like they really care about you based off the questions that you give them. You should not have to give anybody running for office questions to have them at an event to speak to them. I open my my podcast to anybody that want to come on, and you can come on, anybody. But I'm not telling you what we're going to talk about. I'm not going to tell you the questions. I'm not going to prime you before time. When you come, it's going to be raw, and I'm going to just hit you. The audience is just going to hit you. I'm not telling people to send me your questions first, and then we will ask the question. No, we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to go in raw and hit you with questions to see exactly where you at. And these are the things that we need to do all the time, everywhere, every time there's an election. You should never have to give the questions before. You should never have to give the moderator your question. You should be able to stand up and ask your question. I didn't say sing a song. I didn't say make a 100-hour comment, but get up and ask your question. This is what my question to you is. How are you going to do ABC? How are you going to do DEF? How are you going to do? I need to know how you're going to do what you're going to do. I shouldn't have to give you no questions so you can be prepared. You should already be prepared the moment you decide to run for office. So do your homework on each and every person out here. Yeah, it might take a little time, but I'd rather for you to take a little time and vet these people than make the wrong choice and then you're crying for the next 4 years because you put the wrong person in office. So you gotta vet them. You gotta do your homework. You gotta let them know everything that you're trying to do, and then that way you will see their heart, because they're not what's the word? They're not prepped. They need to know going in. They need to be able to answer any question. That's why I love when I travel. Even now, as I'm running for mayor, I was I was at the restaurant and somebody asked me a question and I began to answer the question right then. I'm like, come on with it, come on. And I began to answer the question and answer the question and answer to the fact that he said, man, you got me. You sit there and answer every last one of the questions. And I like your answer. These are the things that we're supposed to be doing. These are the things that we're supposed to be ready for. These are the things that each and every one that is running for office should be ready for your question. You should not have to submit your question first. You should be able to stand up and ask your question. So we got a couple of weeks before the election. Do your homework on each and every race. Each and every race. You must do your homework. You must do your homework. Because if you do not, then I don't know what to tell you. If you vote out of ignorance, it's nobody's fault but your own. If you vote because you're trying to figure out a common name, then you're gonna fall victim to your own choices. Chicago gave us a test of what happens when people do their homework. The incumbent, everybody says it's hard to beat the incumbent. The incumbent didn't even come out the primary. The incumbent didn't come out the primary. So that lets you know, if you empower yourself with the knowledge of each and every individual, then you're going to make a smart, a wise, a conscious decision on a person. And if anybody asks you, who did you vote for? And then you tell them and they say why, you will have an answer on why you voted for them. Not because they're a woman, not because they're black, not because they're a man, not because they're white, not because they're Latino, not because of anything, but because you did your homework and you liked what you saw when it came to the homework. You had a conversation with them. You liked the answers they gave you from the questions that you asked. For the question that you asked. And the reason those one-on-ones is good and the reason you asking them questions away from an event is because now when they go to the event, when they get to the event, then you can ask and you can watch and see how they respond. Because when you talk to them, it was behind closed doors. But now they're in public. Let's see if they're going to line up with what they told you behind closed doors. This is why it's so important. You have to be able to see consistency in the people you put in office. Because if they don't have consistency, if they don't believe in what you believe in, and they say it in closed doors, but when they get in public, they don't say the same thing, then you already know that person is not for me to vote for, because if they lied to me in this race, what you think they're going to do when they get in office? This is why it's so important that we do our homework. This is why it's so important that we educate not only ourselves, but we educate our young people, we educate our older people, we educate everybody, because some of us, we just so stuck on this is the way I am, and they use that same old line. Democrats is for the poor, Republicans is for the rich. And when every time I hear that, I'll be like, so you tell me there's no rich person on the Democrat side because they for the poor. Ain't no rich. I remember Hillary Clinton said Donald Trump didn't pay his taxes. And Donald Trump came back and said, well, change the tax codes and I'll pay them. And he said, but you won't, because your donors and your friends are sitting back enjoying the same tax bracket, the same tax codes that I am enjoying. Bill Gates is not a Republican. George Soros is not a Republican. There's a lot of rich people are not Republicans, but Democrats. Democrats have rich folks too. Don't let nobody fool you with that. Republicans is for rich people and Democrats is for poor people. But where's the message that they're for you to prosper, or are they for you to keep you where you at and give you something free so you don't think, so you don't do anything, but just continue to vote them in because they for you, but your life is not getting better, it's getting worse. You got to ask yourself, who's for me? It might not be neither party. What do you believe in? What are you standing for? And find out who stands with what you stand for. Because if you ain't standing for anything, you'll fall for everything. And so we have to make sure that we are standing up for righteousness, standing up for morals, standing up that every individual in this country have the right to life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness. That everyone in this country legally has the right. Legally has the right. Not everyone. If you came in illegal, you don't have a right. But those that are legal, every legal citizen of America has the right to life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness. And they have a right to prosper if they want to prosper. And no man should hinder another man from prospering. No man. And so it's just something that I just want to say. I'm about to get ready for my teaching tonight. Again, let me put it back up. If you guys want some teaching about the kingdom of God, if you really want to know your place in the kingdom of God, then there it is. You can go to my Facebook page. You can see the meeting ID, and you're more than welcome to come join us. We'll be talking about it. We will also be answering questions. Oh, I like that. Okay, I like that. So you guys, it's about the teaching of the kingdom of God, who God say you are as an individual, what God has for your life. How many of y'all realize God has plans for your life? God has plans. He says in Jeremiah 29:11, I know the plans that I have for you. So he knows the plan. He already have it out. He's not trying to figure it out on the way. He already know the plan that he has for you. So I had to come on. We will be doing the teaching on Saturday, 4 o'clock. Saturday, the constitutional teaching will start at 4. We'll be done at 5:45 because I have to be on to do the final day of the Kingdom Summit. So you guys, I want you guys to participate, bring your questions. If you want to join the teaching tonight, go on my page, get the meeting ID, join us on the teaching about the kingdom of heaven and the kingdom of God, so that you will understand and realize and know that God is God, and besides God, there is no other. I love you guys, and until next time, I want to say I love you. God bless.
Citizen. citizen, yeah, yeah, kingdom citizen of Wisconsin.